Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to XRP Insider, the channel that never stops, never sleeps, and never gives up on this community. I am so fired up to be back here with you today. I know. I was gone for a little bit, but trust me, I never really left. I was active the whole time over on X, posting, sharing, keeping the information flowing, because that is what we do here. We do not slow down, we do not quit. And now I am back on YouTube and things are about to get very, very exciting. How are you doing out there? Seriously, how is my XRP army holding up? Drop something in the comments right now and let me know you are here, because this community means everything to me, and I genuinely want to hear from each and every one of you. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for being loyal. Thank you for being patient. And now let us get into it because there is so much to cover today and I am not wasting a single second. Let me be real with you first. Things have changed a little bit here on YouTube, and I will get deeper into that on a live stream coming very soon. But right now, what matters most is not what happened behind the scenes. What matters is what is coming. And what is coming in the world of crypto, in the world of XRP, in the world of legislation, geopolitics, and market movement, it is massive. There is so much converging at the same time right now that if you are not paying close attention, you might blink and miss the moment that changes everything. And that is exactly why I am here. That is exactly why XRP Insider exists, to make sure you are informed, prepared, and ready to move when the time is right. So let us break this all down together like we always do, step by step, piece by piece. No fluff, no filler, just the real talk that you came here for. Let us start with the big one. The Fed. We have got a brand new Federal Reserve Chair, and honestly, this is huge news. This is the kind of appointment that shifts markets, changes monetary policy direction, and sends signals across every asset class in the world, including crypto. Now, by the time you are watching this, it might already feel like old news to some of you. But I was not here to cover it live, and I want to make sure we talk about it properly because it deserves that conversation. Here is the thing. The markets did not exactly throw a party when this announcement came through. There was not some massive green candle celebration. The reaction was pretty flat, honestly. And that tells you something about where investor sentiment is right now. People are cautious. People are watching. People are waiting for the next real signal, and that is completely understandable given everything else that is going on in the world at this exact moment. Now let us talk about something that hit the market really hard just in the last day or two. The SEC's decision to delay tokenized stocks. And I will be honest with you. This one hurt. Because the whole conversation around tokenization of real-world assets has been one of the most exciting narratives in crypto right now. The idea that you could take traditional financial instruments, stocks, bonds, real estate, and bring them onto a blockchain that is genuinely revolutionary. That is the kind of adoption that changes everything. And the SEC pumping the brakes on that, even temporarily, sent a shockwave through the market. We saw prices drop, we saw portfolios bleed, and it brought back that same frustrating feeling that we have all experienced before. Good news does not always pump the price, and bad news absolutely tanks it. Welcome to crypto, right? That is just the reality of the game we are playing. I want to be completely transparent with you about what happened in the market during this period. My own portfolio, the assets I hold, they took a hit too. I was watching things sitting at $45, moving up toward $47, and then absolutely collapsing down to $38 in what felt like the blink of an eye. That is a brutal swing. That is the kind of move that tests your conviction and makes you question everything if you are not mentally prepared for it. But here is what I keep coming back to. If you bought XRP at 50 cents, 60 cents, 70 cents, or even lower, you are still sitting in a very strong position relative to where this asset is going. The people who are going to get hurt are the ones who panic sell into the fear. The people who are going to win are the ones who understand what they are holding and why they are holding it. And I genuinely believe in what we are holding here. Now let us get into the legislation, because this is where things get really interesting and really important. The Clarity Act. Where is it? Where is my Clarity Act? I know that is the question on everybody's mind right now. When is this thing actually going to become law? So here's the latest. The Senate is heading toward recess soon. The House is fighting for floor time. We are looking at a potential window somewhere in June or July to really push this thing through. And we have actually heard directly from Senator Cynthia Lummis, one of the most vocal and passionate advocates for crypto legislation in Washington, that she is expecting something to happen around July, maybe even right around July 4th. Now that would be one incredible Independence Day for the crypto market, would it not? But we have to be realistic. There is a lot happening in Congress right now, and a lot of things competing for attention and floor time. Here is the honest truth about Congress right now. It is absolutely slammed. There is immigration legislation consuming enormous amounts of time and political energy. There are geopolitical tensions with Iran that are demanding attention at the highest levels of government. There are things happening that are pulling lawmakers in a dozen different directions at once. And in that environment, getting a crypto clarity bill across the finish line through both chambers is genuinely challenging. It is not impossible, far from it, but it requires focus, it requires coalition building, and it requires the right moment politically. We got out of committee, which is a win, but there is still a road to travel. And I want you to understand that road clearly so you are not caught off guard if this takes a little longer than any of us would like. Patience has always been part of this journey. And beyond the legislation, let us think about the political calendar because it matters more than people realize for markets and for crypto specifically. We are heading into midterm election season and things are already heating up. In places like Texas, people are already voting in primaries right now. By the time we get into June and July, the political noise is going to be absolutely deafening. Add on top of that the FIFA World Cup happening right here, the massive UFC events, and the general summer energy that takes over the news cycle, and you have a recipe for enormous distraction at the legislative level. Now, does that mean nothing gets done? No. But it does mean we need to be realistic about timelines and not assume that everything moves at the pace we wish it would. We stay informed, we stay ready, and we keep showing up. That is all we can do. Let us zoom out for a second and look at the broader market picture because I think context is really important here. We have seen some major things happening across the financial world in recent weeks. SpaceX moving toward an IPO, that is a massive deal. Nvidia reporting earnings that absolutely crushed expectations, and then watching the stock drop anyway. And if that does not scream market manipulation to you, then I do not know what does. The AI sector continues to be on fire. Traditional markets are doing their thing, but crypto is sitting in this interesting in-between space where the fundamentals keep getting stronger. More adoption, more legislation, more institutional interest, and yet the price keeps doing whatever it wants regardless. And that disconnect between fundamentals and price is frustrating, but it is also where the opportunity lives for those of us who are paying attention. I want to talk about the geopolitical situation for a moment, because it is impossible to talk about markets right now without acknowledging what is happening between the United States and Iran. The tension has been building, and there are real signals suggesting that something significant could happen within hours or days. I am not going to speculate about specifics here. That is not what this channel is about. But I do want to acknowledge that global conflict and geopolitical uncertainty absolutely impacts financial markets, including crypto. We have seen it before. When the world gets scared, people move to safety, and that often means selling risk assets first. Crypto gets caught in that wave every single time. So if we see some additional volatility in the coming days, do not be shocked. Do not panic. Understand that these macro forces are at play, and that they are temporary in the context of a much bigger story. Now here is something I am genuinely excited to announce, and I want to give a huge shout out to our new official channel sponsor, ForusX. These are great people doing amazing things in the crypto space, and I am really proud to have them on board. If you are holding XRP and you want your holdings to actually work for you while you wait for this market to do what we know it is going to do, then listen up. ForusX offers liquidity pools where you can earn up to 19.75% variable APY. That is not a joke number. That is a real, meaningful return on assets that you are already holding anyway. They have SEC filings, public disclosures, everything is transparent and sharp. They are featured across leading crypto media, and they have a fantastic position in the XRP space specifically. Links are going to be right down below. Not financial advice, just sharing what I think is a genuinely compelling opportunity for this community. And speaking of exciting opportunities, we have a 3,000 XRP giveaway happening right now with our partners at BTCC, and there are only a few days left. A few days, people. If you have not already signed up, deposited, and started trading over there, you need to do that right now. The first link is down below. BTCC has been a great partner for this channel, and I am genuinely happy to be working with them. These giveaways are our way of giving back to this community that has given us so much energy, so much support, and so much loyalty through the good times and the difficult ones. 3,000 XRP is not a small thing. That is real money at current prices. And at the prices we believe XRP is heading toward, that becomes a life-changing amount. So do not sleep on this. Go sign up right now. I also want to take a moment to speak directly to those of you who are feeling the weight of this market right now. I see the comments. I read the messages. I know that some of you are tired. Some of you are frustrated. Some of you bought at higher prices and you are sitting at a loss right now, and that feels terrible. I completely understand that. But I want you to hear this clearly. The fundamentals of XRP have not changed. The technology has not changed. The legal landscape is actually improving. The institutional interest is growing. The partnerships, the utility, the vision of what this asset is supposed to do in the global financial system, none of that has gone backwards. What we are experiencing right now is market noise. Painful, frustrating, sometimes infuriating market noise. But it is noise. And those who hold through the noise are the ones who are there when the music starts playing. For those of you who got into XRP at 20 cents, 30 cents, 50 cents, you already know what I am talking about. You have already been through the cycles. You have already felt the fear and chosen to hold anyway. And your conviction has been tested, and it is still standing. For those of you who are newer to this community, who maybe bought at higher levels and are now wondering if you made a mistake, I want to encourage you to zoom out. Look at the big picture. Look at the regulatory progress. Look at the global adoption of blockchain technology. Look at what is happening with central bank digital currencies and how XRP and the XRP ledger fit perfectly into that future. This is not a dying asset. This is an asset that is still being built. The builders are still building, and that means the best chapters have not been written yet. All right, everybody, we are wrapping up for today, but I want to leave you with this. Stay locked in, stay informed, stay connected to this community because we are in this together. And together we are stronger than any market crash, any regulatory delay, any political distraction, or any piece of fear, uncertainty, and doubt that gets thrown our way. XRP Insider is not going anywhere. I am not going anywhere. We are here every step of this journey, fighting for the truth, fighting for clarity, fighting for you. Make sure you hit that like button right now. It helps this channel more than you know. Subscribe if you have not already, because we have been rebuilding and every single subscriber counts. Drop a comment, tell me how you are feeling, tell me where you bought, tell me what you are watching. Links for the BTCC giveaway and Forest X are right down below. Do not miss out. Thank you so much for being here, XRP Army. I will see you in the next one. Let us go.